Good morning, children. I hope you all are fine. In the previous class, we have studied about what is reproductive health, what are all the strategies adapted by Government of India to create a reproductively healthy society, what are all the problems associated with the population explosion, and then you have also studied about amniocentesis, why it is banned in India, because people are misusing the technique to find out the sex of the fetus and it led to female feticide. This class we will be studying about what are all the birth control measures and the contraceptives available. So contraceptives are classified into, first one is a natural, second is a barrier method, IUD, then oral contraceptive, injectable and implants, emergency contraceptive, and the last one is about the surgery. Let us discuss one by one. So first let us move on to the natural method of contraception, or it is called the traditional method. Natural method, or it is called the traditional method. So this method is not having any side effect. It is further classified under three categories. First one is called periodical abstinence. First one is of periodical abstinence. Here the couple should avoid coitus during the fertile period. Couple should avoid intercourse during 10 to 17 days of menstrual cycle. This 10 to 17 days period is called a fertile period because during this period ovulation occurs. So abstaining from coitus during this period prevent conception. Got it? Because ovulation occurs during the mid period of the menstrual cycle. So 10 to 17 days is considered to be the fertile period. So couple should avoid having coitus during this period to prevent conception. Now the second method is called as withdrawal or coitus interruptus method. That is the second method. So in this method, male partner withdraw the penis from the vagina before the ejaculation of the semen, so that the semen cannot enter into the female reproductive tract. Now the third method is called as lactational amenorrhea method. So what is lactational amenorrhea? After parturition, when the mother is completely breastfeeding or when the intensive type of lactation is going on, that time both ovulation as well as menstrual cycle do not occur. So that is called as lactational amenorrhea. That is after childbirth, when the mother is breastfeeding her baby totally, that time both ovulation and menstrual cycle do not occur. But it is effective only for 6 months time after parturition. These three methods are called as natural method, or they are called as traditional method. These are not having any side effect. One is of periodical abstinence, second is of withdrawal or coitus interruptus method, third one is called as lactational amenorrhea. Now second method is called as barrier method. The principle involved here is the physical meeting of the sperm and the ovum is prevented by means of a physical barrier. Here the sperm and ovum cannot meet with each other due to the presence of a physical barrier. So first one is condoms. These are made up of either a thin rubber or a latex sheath, and that cover the penis in case of male or vagina and cervix in the female. So the semen cannot enter into the female reproductive tract. So this rubber sheath or the latex act as a physical barrier. So what are the advantages of this method? The main advantage of this method is it is self-insertable, disposable, and it maintains the privacy of the couple. So these are the advantages: self-insertable, disposable easily, and it maintains the privacy of the couple. And additional advantage of this method is it also protect the person from sexually transmitted type of diseases. So in case of barrier method, a physical barrier prevents the meeting of the sperm and ovum. So under barrier method, diaphragm, cervical cap and vault are also included. These barriers are also made up of rubber and are self-inserted into the female reproductive tract to cover the cervix. Advantages of this method is these are of reusable, and the effectiveness of this can be improved by adding either spermicidal cream or by the addition of jellies or foams to increase the contraceptive efficiency. So all these are coming under physical barrier method. Now next one is called as intrauterine devices. So these devices are inserted either by a doctor or with the help of a expert nurse, and these are inserted into the uterus through vagina, and it is one of the well accepted method of contraception in India. These are ideal contraceptive for the female to give space between the children. If they want to give space between the children, this is well accepted by the female. Here again three methods are there. First type of IUD is called as non-medicated IUD. Example is of Lippus loop. How it act? It is phagocytic to sperm. So what do you mean by phagocytic? Phagocytic means just in case of amoeba, the pseudopodia catch hold of the food material. That same way here it catch hold of the sperm and kill it. That is called as non-medicated IUD. Now the second type is called as copper releasing IUD. Example is of copper 7, copper T and multi-load 375. So these are releasing the copper ion. So what is the action of the copper ion? It suppresses the mobility or motility of the sperm, and it also reduces the fertilizing capacity of the sperm. Third one is it is also phagocytic to sperm. So copper releasing IUD, example is of copper T, copper 7 and multi-load 375. What is its action? It reduces the motility and fertilizing capacity of the sperm, and it is phagocytic to sperm. Third category is of hormone releasing IUD. Example is of Progestocert and LNG20. Here also it is phagocytic to sperm, and it makes the uterus not a suitable place for implantation. You know what is implantation? At the 32 cell stage or at the blastocyst stage, it will be attached with the endometrium. Then the endometrial cells will proliferate and cover the blastocyst. This process we call it as implantation. but a hormonal IUDs will make the uterus not suitable for implantation, and the cervix hostile to sperm. Hostile means it makes the cervix enemic to the sperm. It will be not in good condition with the sperm. It is enemy to the sperm. So this prevents fertilization. So in case of intrauterine devices, the devices are inserted either by a physician or by a trained nurse into the uterus of a female. Three categories are there. One is non-medicated, second is of copper releasing, and the third one is of hormone releasing IUD, hormonal IUD. Now the next method is of oral pills. So here these are either made up of, the pills are either made up of progestogen or it is made up of a combination of progestogen and estrogen. It is used by female, and the pills have to be taken daily for a period of 21 days. One day, one pill. One pill should be taken daily, continuously for 21 days. And starting within first 5 days of the menstrual cycle. After 21 days, a gap of 7 days should be given. Then it should be repeated in the same pattern till the female desires to prevent conception. Clear, oral pills are hormonal preparations. They are either made up of progestogen or a combination of both progestogen and estrogen. It is used only by the female. Pills are available in a form of a package containing 21 tablets. It should be taken one per day starting within first 5 days of the menstrual cycle. Continuously it should be taken for 21 days and then a gap of 7 days should be given. Then again it should be repeated in the same manner, but till the female wants to prevent conception. That is about the oral pill. But at present, the oral pill, what are the actions of oral pill? How the oral pill act as a contraceptive? One is it inhibit ovulation as well as implantation. It prevents ovulation as well as implantation. It will alter the quality of the cervical mucus. It alters the cervical mucus nature, and then they are very effective with lesser side effect and are well accepted by female. Main role is it will inhibit ovulation as well as the implantation process. It alters the cervical mucus nature to prevent the entry of the sperm, and it is well accepted by a female. Next one is Saheli. It is also a contraceptive pill developed by CDRI or Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow. What are the advantages of this method? It is a once in a week pill. In a week, one tablet should be taken. It has less side effect, high contraceptive value, and above all, it is a non-steroidal preparation. Main one is it is a non-steroidal preparation. Once in a week it can be taken, less side effects, high contraceptive one, and it is a non-steroidal preparation. So these are the effect of which one? Oral pill. Next comes the injections as well as implants. So here also, just like a oral pill, these are also made up of either progestogen alone or combination with estrogen, and these are implanted under the skin. Their mode of action is also similar to the oral pill, but the effective period, the period of its effectiveness is comparatively higher than oral pill. But here these are either implanted or injected below the skin. These are called as injections or implants. Now one more contraceptive is called a emergency contraceptive. So here either progestogen or a combination of estrogen and progestogen or IUD can be introduced within 72 hours of coitus, and it is found to be very effective as a emergency contraceptive to avoid the pregnancy either due to rape or due to casual unprotected intercourse. So in case of rape, emergency contraceptive is used. Here either progestogen or a combination of estrogen and progestogen or IUD should be inserted within 72 hours of coitus. So it is called a emergency contraceptive. Last method is called as sterilization, or it is called a surgical method. This is considered to be the terminal method. Why we are using the word terminal method? Once sterilization or surgery is carried out, it cannot be reverted back. That is why this method is called a surgical method. The principle involved is of surgical intervention block the gamete transport. Once the surgery has been done, gamete transformation or gamete transfer cannot occur. So thereby it prevents the conception. Gamete cannot enter into the, for example, ovum cannot come out of the oviduct. So fertilization cannot occur. The procedure followed in male is called as vasectomy, and in female it is called tubectomy. So here you can see the vas deferens is cut and tied. So how it is cut and tied? By means of creating a small incision through the scrotum. So now what will happen? The sperm cannot be transferred. So the insemination will be prevented. So in male the procedure is called as vasectomy. The surgical procedure followed in female is called as tubectomy. Here a small part of the oviduct or fallopian tube is of cut and tied. The advantage of this method is it is very effective, but the only disadvantage is that it is of irreversible. Once done, it cannot be reverted back. So far you have studied about the different methods of contraceptive, natural or traditional method. There again 3 types you have studied. First one is called as coitus interruptus method or withdrawal method, periodical abstinence, lactational amenorrhea, and second comes the barrier method. Third one is of oral contraceptive pill, IUD you have studied, and the 3 types of IUD, injectables or implants, then emergency contraceptives and surgical method, that is vasectomy in male and tubectomy in female. Thank you all.